Okay, we're going to start doing equations without me holding your hand and with decimals, but the three things still remain. You want to isolate the variable, which means get it by itself. To do that, you do the opposite operation. So if it's adding, the opposite is subtracting. If it's subtracting, the opposite is adding. And then the third big thing, whatever you do to one side, of the equation, you do to the other. These three things never change, no matter what. That's why algebra's not hard, guys. These three things never change, no matter what kind of numbers, nothing. These three things never change. And so I want to prove that to you today with decimals. So let's say we've got A plus 9.35 equals 16.8. So you would write this down, and then I want you to put a line showing the left side and the right side of your equation. I want to get rid of this plus 9.35, so the A will be by itself. So I do the opposite. The opposite of adding 9.35 is subtracting 9.35. And whatever I do to one side of the equation, I have to do the other. So I'm going to subtract 9.35. These two numbers are opposites. And like we've talked about in class, opposites do attract, but when they attract, they collide and burst and into pieces. So we say these cancel out. And leave me with A all by itself, which is what I wanted. On the right side, I do the math. So on the right side, it says 16.8 minus 9.35. Use your calculator. 16.8 minus 9.35. So that's 7.45. There's my answer. I wanted to isolate the variable A. How do I do that? I did the opposite. It was adding, so I did the opposite and subtracted. And whatever I did to one side, I did to the other. Okay, let's say it was x minus 9, I'm not going to use 9 again, 7.25 equals 10.6. First thing we do, draw a line down to separate the left side and the right side of my equation. I want to get rid of that subtract 7.25, so the x will be by itself. So I do the opposite of subtracting 7.25, which is adding 7.25. Whatever I do to one side, I do the other. So I'm going to add 7.25 to this side. These two opposites collide, crash, cancel out, leave me with x by itself. And then on the other side, I add, and I get 17.85, and that is my answer.